Manual router configuration, step-by-step guide.
Hello there. Today we're going to tackle a tech issue that many of us face, manually configuring a router. We'll cover everything you need to know to get your router up and running without the use of a WPS button. Let's dive in.
What do I need?
Firstly, you're going to need a few things. 1. Your router. 2. An Ethernet cable. 3. A computer or laptop with an Ethernet port. 4. Your router's default IP address, username, and password. This can usually be found on the router itself or in its manual.
How do I connect to my router?
Before we can start configuring the settings, we need to connect to the router. Here's how. 1. Connect your computer to the router using the Ethernet cable. Plug one end into any of the LAN ports on the router, not the WAN port, and the other end into your computer's Ethernet port. 2. Open your preferred web browser. 3. Enter the default IP address of your router into the browser's address bar. This will bring up the router's login page. 4. Enter the default username and password for the router.
How do I configure the settings?
Once you're in, it's time to set things up. Follow these steps. 1. Wireless settings. This is where you'll set your SSID, the name that will be displayed for your network, and choose your security settings. We recommend WPA2PSK or WPA3PSK for home use. 2. Password. Change the password to something secure and memorable. It's a good idea to note it down somewhere safe. 3. Channel. If your router allows it, manually set your channel to avoid interference from other routers. 4. Save settings. After you've made these changes, make sure to save them before exiting the router settings page.
What if I have problems?
Even with careful setup, issues can sometimes arise. Here are some common problems. Can't connect to the router. Make sure you're correctly wired and the router's IP address has been correctly entered. If necessary, try resetting the router. Can't see the wireless network. Ensure your SSID is not set to be hidden and that the wireless setting is enabled. Password doesn't work. Make sure you've correctly entered your password, keeping an eye out for upper, lowercase sensitivity. That's it. You should now be able to manually configure your router without the use of a WPS button. We hope you found this guide helpful and are now confidently connected. Remember, if you encounter any issues, refer back to Section 4. Thanks for watching, and happy networking!